Oh, you thought I was done? Man, get your ass up. Come here. All right, y'all. So I understand that a lot of y'all is new here. And so I'm going to just fill y'all in and give y'all the details so that everybody can understand. The reason why the agent being fired is such an important detail in this whole story is because that agent is also the agent of the general manager for that one team. And that agent really started this whole shit because I fired his ass, but he want to text my wife like he's smart. Nigga, don't ever text my wife. Your ass fired. Your ass grass. Get up out of here. Get gone. Okay. Anyway. So he is also the agent for the general manager of that team. And these niggas is all weird. Weirdos. Creepy predators. I would never, ever, ever fuck with these niggas. I would never, ever, ever fuck with these niggas. I don't care how long I gotta wait to get to you, my baby. But if it involves fucking with them niggas first, I'm waiting. General manager gonna pull up to my house. Oh, weirdo. Like, bro, don't pull up to my house uninvited, boy. Shit ain't safe. The fuck? But I knew his ass was gonna do it. So I'm looking at my camera, my front door camera. I see a big old white boy, white man, former NFL safety. And I'm like, oh, hell no. And I know my wife is about to be back home soon. So I had to call my wife and say, it's a big ass white man at the house. I don't know what he doing over there. He was not invited. Shit creepy. So if you on your way home, probably just spin the block a few times, because I don't know what bro on. Like, weird. The same general manager that tried to run me down and come apologize for his head coach, because his head coach got a temperament of a fucking toddler and was speaking out the side of his fucking mouth to me. Knowing that you got it, bro. You got it, bro. What I'm gonna do in here, beat you up? Come on, bro. Like, come on, bro. You just talking crazy because you know you can talk crazy. But you feel me? Niggas gonna respect me, or I'm gonna get on, bro. I'm gonna get on, bro. So the story is, I don't fuck with them niggas, and I never will. But I forgive niggas. You feel me? You feel me? I'm trying to get better. I'm trying to grow. I'm trying to heal. So I ain't finna hold it against niggas, but we is not cool. We won't be cool, and I will never be stepping in that building except for on October 19th when I come through with that motherfucking belt.
All right, Larry Krueger here from the Pig and a Pickle Crew Show with a little 4.
Well, my opinion is, if you were given $30-something million last year, and you're calling them a nut, and you're not at work, and you're not collecting that 30 million. Uh, I wouldn't want that cancer on my damn. Pardon me. Anyway, I would not want him on my team. He's a cancer. I don't want somebody that doesn't appreciate $30 million and can't understand who the actual professional is. Is it the guy answering the door, or is it the guy in the truck trying to drive up and work things out with you? You need to think about that.
And speaking on another term, because the way he's sounding, I don't know, with his injury, if he, if it's a result of maybe being addicted to whatever pain medication he had to take. He sounds so paranoid. It doesn't make sense on
Yeah, I
some of the
agree.
stuff that he's doing. So I think we're having mental health issues here, is what I'm thinking. Sounds like your sound system needs some medication.
All right, can everybody hear me now? Can you hear me now? Yes or no? No sound, no good Cowboy fans nonsense. You can hear me now. Okay, talk, Hallie.
I hear
All right.
sound
All
on
right,
mine. I got it on my phone, so
well,
I hear it.
I'm just trying to figure out why all of a sudden. Now let me try something, okay? Let me try something. Let me try something here. Let me know if you guys can hear the audio.
Oh, you thought I was done? Man, get your ass up. Come here. All right, y'all. So I understand that a lot of y'all is new here. And so I'm going to just fill y'all in and give y'all the details so that everybody can understand.
Can you guys hear the
reason
audio
why
from Brandon Ayuk right
The
now?
agent being fired is such an important detail in this whole story is because that agent
Yes.
is
Okay.
also
All right. Is there not an echo or nothing? That's my thing. I'm trying to figure it out. I hit some buttons the other day. I updates and they reset everything to factory, and I know. Like, was there an audio?
There was an echo earlier, but it's gone now, Brian.
Okay, so there's no echo right now,
It sounds
No.
normal.
but it will on the yes. No, I don't mean on the Zoom call. I mean on the replay of any audio.
No, I was looking at it on my phone and there was no
yeah, I got to
echo.
figure that out and I'll work on it. So I don't know. Yeah, so I guess they didn't hear any of my rant on Brandon Ayuk. So let me go back to the top. Sorry, everybody. This is a work in progress. Thank you, Jimbo. Thanks, brother. Here's my issue with it. Am I the only one? I mean, why is he bringing up there's some white man at his door? All right. I understand what you're saying in theory. You know who it is. It's Hall of Famer John Lynch. Is he a Hall of Famer? I believe he is, right?
Yeah, he is. He is, yes.
He's your general manager who paid you millions and millions of dollars. Okay. There's a way to handle business. He's trying to fix it and mend fences. I don't know. I would love for my boss. I would love for my boss to knock on my door to, if it's, I don't know, like if there's a riff, and speak man to man or man to woman, whoever, and just clear the air. Instead of being a puss and calling your wife and saying, there's a white man at my door. Stop playing stupid, brother. Is there an issue here? Is he on something or does he need to be on something?
Maybe, honestly, maybe Lynch is just trying to check to see how he's actually doing.
Well, that's
instead
what
of
I'm
worrying
saying.
about,
Yes.
I mean, he's acting like there's
I
people
envy
outside spying on him.
I
He's
envy
acting
that.
crazy.
We got
Yeah,
Stephen Jones who
he's
sits in his ivory
paranoid.
tower. We got Stephen Jones who sits in his ivory tower, and I would love for him to get in a car and drive to if there was an issue and say, hey, listen, man. John Lynch seems like the type of guy who will work anything out.
I agree.
So for the Momos of the world who, I talked to Momo yesterday. He wants Brandon Ayuk. Good. I hope you get him. Nobody said he's not a good ball player. Momo, I hope you get him because he's a ticking time bomb. You obviously don't have an agent, brother. You obviously don't because they would have put a muzzle on you a long time ago. I don't know. Am I being too hard on the guy?
No, I don't think. When it comes right down to it, we're grown men. We're grown freaking men. If you're acting like that, you're acting like there's people out in your yard spying on you. Come on, there's something other than normal things going on.
I mean, for once, we got our big controversy right now is George Pickens, who's under contract.
Yeah.
And we're like, don't get me wrong. It would be great if you had a long-term deal. But the facts of the matter is he's under contract making $27 million. Ayuk has already made a lot of money. Looks like he needs to get to those cobwebs up in his door frame there, bro. He looks like, I don't know. I'm worried about the guy a little bit because he seems like he's a little off to me.
But what I'm hoping it doesn't come to a point. Hopefully it doesn't where he is going to either hurt somebody or hurt himself because of this paranoia. Because that's what it sounds. It's clearly mental health issues.
Eagle says, let's not act like this is a normal behavior to do so. Or no, it's not. That's what I'm saying. It's not normal behavior, in my opinion. That's all I'm saying, Drew. I'm not here to cast aspersions on him personally, but professionally, he's killing himself. Even if he gets a job, let me ask everybody. Let's say they release him. Who's going to pay him any real money?
Well, the first thing that's going to be in the contract is if you start acting out, then you're gone. We can cut you right away.
Now it's going to be.
But who's going to even do that?
Well, now it's going to be okay. You've hurt your brand so much. You need to now have a prove it year to say, to act like you're not going to wig out. I don't know. That's just kind of how I see it. But what I was saying was Momo wants this guy. He told me. Everybody's blowing it out of proportion. Are we? Are you that desperate for talent? He's not Terrell Owens, everybody.
So he wants Ayuk, but he didn't want Sonny Styles. So, okay.
Well, yeah, I know. Listen, I'm not here to say he's not a good ball player. I'm not. Like what I'm saying is, if you're trying to win a championship, I don't know that this guy is the way to go do it. Just like I don't know that. And listen, we've had some crazies in Dallas, have we not? But I think this is a different type of crazy, right? As good as T.O. was, we didn't win shit with T.O. And I think this is worse than T.O. in my opinion. I don't know. I hope he goes. Listen, to God, please. I want Brandon Ayuk to go to the Commanders because then we don't have to worry about them. Because then him and his buddy, his college teammate from ASU, Jaden Daniels, that I want to see that explode. So we won't have to worry about the Commanders, even though I was hoping it would be good, but. I don't know, Bobby Murphy. Yeah, exactly. And nobody is going to tell me what I can or cannot say, period. What happened, brother? What happened? What did I say?
They just have different opinions in the chat about the situation.
Dan
It's
Quinn
all.
won't bring him in. I don't know. Hey, Kid Cowboy, I would say this. You would, if he had an agent, he would know right away whether they're interested or not. Stop dropping our name in because we're not doing anything with you. But since he doesn't have an agent, do you think he's calling up Washington and saying, that's not happening? He hasn't reached out to Washington. Was he reaching out to Jaden Daniels? I just think it's crazy. He just keeps, I feel sorry for the guy because he's a talented individual, but something's going on. I don't know if he's bipolar or needs to be on meds, or I don't think he's taken too many hits. He hasn't played much football. But I really don't know. I really don't know. So, Fanatic, what about my bet? Okay, we're talking bets here. Good afternoon. Marcus Blackman. What's up, brother? I sent you the link.
Hey, Marcus.
What's up, Loyal? How you doing, brother?
What's happening?
Not much. Hey, Loyal.
Hi, Loyal.
Not much. We're just
Brandon Ayuk.
yeah, I started out. Brandon Ayuk terminated SRA on Saturday. So what's SRA?
To me, he's just a good complimentary receiver. I don't see him as the number one receiver.
Represent agreement with Ryan Williams.
He was Deebo Samuel's Robin, is what he was.
Okay.
But did you see his latest video he's done on Instagram?
Yeah, I just
Loyal.
I just sent a 3-minute. He just did a 3-minute video last night. So I opened up the show even though I had audio issues. So, listen. Good luck. That's all I'll say to the man. But he's upset that John Lynch was knocking on his door. Loyal. He was upset that John Lynch was knocking on his door. Well, I don't know. I would love for Stephen Jones to be knocking on a disgruntled player's door. That shows me that you at least care and you're not doing some, through intermediaries. John Lynch went out himself and was trying to rectify the situation. This dude has checked out. He's calling his wife saying there's some white man. Oh, John Lynch at my door. Well, answer it, punk. Answer the door.
And he got all this money and he just lets us go to waste, man.
Be a professional.
He'll be one of those players that you look at 5 years from now that'll be dead broke.
Well, you're probably right. You're probably right.
It's a reality. I mean, he got paid all this money, but he don't know when to shut his mouth, and then that's just getting him.
Y'all remember when we had David Irvin on our team, the defensive tackle that was had a lot of talent, but he was messed up in the head and everything, and he could have been a great player, but he cost himself a great career. This guy
in football, Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, when your boss is in your driveway trying to talk to you and level with you, maybe you need somebody else to talk to, because unless I sign you, you're going to have to talk to my mental people first, and then you're going to talk to the medical staff, and we're going to go from there before I even put a dime into you. That's just the way life is. I mean, I'm sorry, but he don't act like he's all together there. He acts like he's running behind the little animals, if you know what I mean. I mean, he's not all together in there in the head.
Well, you give somebody a little bit of compliment and it goes to their head. And now he feels like, okay, he had a few good years in San Fran and he's entitled. And, a lot of players are like that. They just feel like they're above, like Antonio Brown. Look where his career is now.
Yeah, I'm like Brian though. I feel sorry for him in a way because I do too.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I've seen
Mhm.
OJ Simpson's not going to be on their Ring of Honor.
It's beautiful.
They'll end up having a Super Bowl or
Mhm.
WrestleMania there or something in the near future.
Yep. Yep.
In March or April, something.
Mhm.
I think the sound went out again. Yeah, on the chat. You can't hear it on the chat. Oh, I know. Now it's coming back. It's coming in and out. Okay, I think it's well, I can hear myself coming on there.
They're too busy going back and forth each other.
Can you hear them in the chat? I'm not hearing anything. I can hear myself, but I think that's because it's my phone. I'm not hearing anything. I can hear myself, but I
Let me
think
tell you. Let me see.
I'm not hearing anything. Yeah, they're saying it's coming in and out.
Clay said no. Says Phillies 1971 says you're muted. Football Fanatic says he can hear the others, but
I can hear Loyal. I can hear Loyal. Sorry. For they're saying you're muted. They can hear me and Loyal. Randy, can they hear you?
I'm sure they can. Can you hear me?
I can hear Randy. Okay.
everybody ready for Independence Day?
I'm ready for training camp. The hell with Independence Day.
If you hear singing, that's my daughter. She's back there singing.
Well,
I'm
training-
actually ready for about August the 25th, Loyal. That's about the time that college football kicks off.
yeah.
I'm ready.
Well, I was reading that Terry and Arnold.
Can we hear me? Can we hear me? Not
Wiz
yet.
said, typical Dallas fans skipping steps and thinking they're just going to be great this year. Worry about them
Nobody
learning.
said great. That's my thing. Nobody said great.
That's been somebody in the chat.
Vinny,
I
think I can hear you.
If y'all don't like it, tough shit. We're gonna be great. The hell with it.
All right, thank you, Dirty Sanchez.
If you're gonna say it, we are.
All right. All right, thank you. I guess I'm back. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Is this what happens when you get the more? Who has a like? What's the bet?
So, Eagles Drew says we're going to win only going to win 8 games of Football Fanatic bet.
Okay.
100.
Okay, that's between them. Be sure you get it on. Yeah, well, you said it 8.
Yeah, get that receipt.
Yeah. Again, I would just say worry about your team. I mean,
That's what I would say too.
Yeah, I'm worried about my.
Everybody says we're talking about
Everybody's
this.
getting caught up in Dallas. We're just excited about the.
Yes.
Again, we're just excited about it. I don't know where I have them. It'll be more than 8. I could assure you that. But again, I don't know if it's. I'm hearing 12. Hey, listen.
What's the bet, Drew? Because he said that's not the bet.
Okay. I don't. Again, I'm not doing bets, but it'll be more than 8. But I don't know how much more. This will have to play. You guys can hear me. You're back. Thank you. I ain't touching shit. Just my fear is that when I play something, I'm gonna have to play something, and it'll probably be echoing. That's how I was trying to fix it, but not me. But whenever I share media. Here, let me share this and see if there's an echo in this.
Bills.
And
The
what
Bills
this
will play
guy's
home
saying.
game starting in 2026. It's Tuesday, June 23rd. The Bills are cutting the ribbon on New Highmark Stadium. Super impressive facility behind us.
Yeah.
On the club level at New Highmark Stadium in a space which will be known as the M&T Lounge. We're going to show you inside of the suite here in a minute. You can see here this will be a big gathering space in the suite level. And this thing up above me here, if you
Much of an echo. I'll have to go back and listen to it. Yeah, so it's like Loyal knows what I'm talking about. I got a soundboard, and if all the things aren't correct when I share my screen, sometimes there's an echo. But here's the deal. It's Wiz. Here, let me show everybody like the rest of the stadium. What I was saying was, everybody, what.
view it from the outside of the stadium, it actually resembles.
They're saying no sound again, Brian. I'm so sorry. They said you went out when the video came up.
Tell you what, that's a fine looking stadium.
It is a pretty stadium.
They got something they can be proud of.
Oh, another thing I heard that the Patriots owner wants to take his team.
Well,
Huh.
That yeah, they could hear me talking. Yeah. Oh, sorry.
So, are they able to hear me now? I won't share I won't share no media until I figure this out.
Can y'all hear Brian now?
Yeah, they're too busy talking about football that there's no practices even started yet. All right, so it's only when I share media. All right, I'll have to figure that
Okay,
out.
they can hear you now.
All right, so no more with the sharing the media. Anyway, I got one of my jerseys. I ordered some jerseys, so I did get one of their jerseys. I'm not gonna we're not doing it yet, but let me show you. I did get an Eagle jersey, a Commander jersey, and 2 Cowboys jerseys. But let me show you the old school Cowboy jersey I got, Randy.
Randy White.
Do what?
I have one myself. This is a brand new.
Oh, I like them old jerseys.
This is the brand
I
new.
do too.
This
They
is
used
the
to be
brand
bad
new
luck for us, though.
I don't
Mitchell
like
and
the
Ness.
old blue jerseys. I like
Yeah.
the new ones, like the old ones.
Yeah, well, again, I know you don't like it.
I like it. And Dorsett was one of my heroes growing up.
Yeah,
So
this will be. It's a brand new Mitchell and Ness throwback. I have a 75th anniversary Troy Aikman coming. That's with the double stars on the shoulder.
Uh-huh.
I got a Randall Cunningham, brand new Randall Cunningham, a Kelly Green, a jersey, Mitchell and Ness. I got a Sean Taylor, a Redskins. I think it's from 90. I forget what it's from. Early 90s, I guess. And I got a Lawrence Taylor. I got a Lawrence Taylor jersey. It's an old school Lawrence Taylor jersey. Jimbo, yes. I have that. It's hidden, but I have that. I got a good deal on it. It's brand new. It's a 1988 Tony Dorsett. I actually saw a Tony Dorsett when he Dorsett and I have to find my pictures of Tony Dorsett, Randy, and Herschel Walker working out on the Cowboys together. They were on the team together. That was the one year where they overlapped, and then I guess Tony retired.
I didn't realize they were on the team
Yes,
one year.
Yo, Brian, tell them us South Jersey boys will F you up. What's going on? What's going on, everybody?
Yeah, D'Angelo says he wants that Randall Cunningham shirt. Hi, D'Angelo. He signed his last one, so he can't wear it.
Yeah, I got a Randall Cunningham. It's brand new. I don't know if it's a Mitchell and Ness, but yeah, it's in the Kelly Green. Let me. But what I'm gonna do is when I'm ready, when I'm actually doing it, I'm gonna hang them up behind me, and I'm gonna have containers, and that way all super chats, I'll put it in a container of what jersey you want. Thanks, Bobby. Bobby Murphy. But I should have them next week. But I got to figure out this.
When I was growing up.
You go ahead. I'm sorry.
When I was growing up, I went from a Bob Lilly jersey to a Roger Staubach jersey to a Tony Dorsett jersey to an Emmitt Smith jersey.
What's up, Lou? What's going on? D'Angelo says Randall signed my jersey at Super Bowl, so now he can't ever wear it. I hear you. I like Randall. He was a good man.
Yeah, he is.
He is a good man. I find it funny Downs hasn't played one game and he's all pro. Okay.
No, he's what are they calling him now? Some people are saying we're saying he is Ed Reed.
You know, I said
I just want him to be Caleb Downs.
I just no. See, we like to bring facts every once in a while. They were saying Caleb Downs is small. He's bigger than Ed Reed was. So that's all. Nobody's comparing him to Ed Reed. What's up, Rolando? Game time. What Cowboys game are you going to this season? Right now, we're going to the 49er game in Dallas, November 15th. And I might be going to the Eagle game here in Philly. And I don't know about Mark wanted to go to the first game, but if I go, I don't think he'll go. So I'll probably end up going to the first game. But other than that, those are the three. Let's see here.
I just got one thing to say.
Yeah.
I'm glad Kid Cowboy is back to Kid Cowboy. He's not Kid Ranger, Kid Brown. So he's back to Kid Cowboy 66 on there. And he says, "Go Cowboys and Browns."
Let's see here.
It's exactly a month from today. We go to training camp.
Yeah. Yeah.
The 28th of July.
It seems like it's slow, but then it's not. Especially when it
Not to
is
me.
fast for other things.
DeVaris
Time's flying
Worley,
by.
who won the Super Bowl last season? I'm waiting. Don't move the goalpost. What's up, DeVaris? Eagles Drew says Downs and Makuba are the same size. No, they're not. No, they're not.
No, they're
Drew.
not.
No, Downs is probably a good 25 pounds. Heavier
I didn't realize
than him.
he was as thick as he is.
Yeah.
Downs, I'm talking
Yeah.
about.
Well, he came out. Let me look it up. He came out at 206 pounds. He's already put on more muscle. That was the issue with Makuba. He's just so skinny. But I like Makuba. He's a nice guy. He's not gonna, there's a reason why he was a third round pick. But again, that's what cracks me up. Like, we get a good player, and then they try and compare. We're hearing about college stats. Again, you can't. I was trying to explain that you can't look at college stats and try and say that's what it is in the pros. You have to project. If we're looking at college stats, look at all the undrafted great players. Look at Jerry Rice, right? Look at Tom Brady, for crying out loud. If you looked at their college stats, they would, look at Tony Romo. He went undrafted, right? I mean, look at Dak Prescott, 4th round pick. People will say whatever they want. He's outplayed his 4th round status. So again, you just can't look at college stats and then say, well, they're the same player. Now, there's a reason why the scouts have him as the best safety coming out in 7 years, but I'm not saying he's Ed Reed. We like what he is, but he's got to show it. I know Makuba. I like what Makuba did with the Eagles, but what happened? The fear was why he wasn't drafted until the 3rd round was he was going to get hurt, and he got hurt. So we'll see if he can shake the injury bug and put on some muscle. And I would assume he could, meaning Andrew Makuba. We liked him coming out of Texas, didn't we? Randy, didn't you like it?
Yeah, we did. Yeah, I liked him coming out of Texas. Still think he's a good player, but like you said, he's got to stay off the injuries.
Yeah. But again, to me, it's pointless to argue something when a guy hasn't played one game in the league yet. So let's
totally agree.
Let's just give the man some time before we start laughing and giggling. You can do whatever you want, but it's just wasted energy. We're excited about him as Cowboy fans. So we got the guy we wanted. They earmarked him. They got him.
Yep.
So that's all that really matters. Let's see here. Boo, 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 boo. The path is set for the U.S. men's team in the World Cup. So if anybody's watching the World Cup, they rested 9 players. So there's a reason why they lost. They were already moving on. Now they're in the knockout round. I don't expect. I'm rooting for the United States, but I think we all know they're not going to last too long.
And these other countries, they thrive on soccer. They look at soccer's like their football. Like how we look at football, that's how they treat soccer. They're very, very into it. You know? All these other countries, they love soccer. Freaking love it.
Yeah. I ain't going to lie to you. I enjoy it. I do. I just, I like a little more action, but in the World Cup type scenario, I'm not going to just watch any game, whereas football, NFL, I'll watch any NFL game if, it's funny because we're so saturated in season, it's like, okay, we don't watch all the games, but I would watch most of the NFL games. I'm not going to watch every soccer game. I'm just not. But Raiders minority owner Tom Brady bashes the NFL's fine system for on-field mistakes. What they are doing is they are start fining you $50,000, $70,000, $75,000. Brady said on the Stick to Football podcast, and I'm saying I hate that. I hate the fact that you sign a contract for $2 million a year, $5 million a year, and it's easy for someone to say, "Give me $75,000 or give me $50,000." Oh, it's your second offense. That's $100,000 fine. That's third offense, $200,000 fine. I agree with Tom Brady. I think the NFL, when they do these fines, are ridiculous, especially the uniform fines. I understand there's a uniform fine, but it should be the same fine. I think it's ridiculous that you're fining somebody $200,000. Am I wrong? Bobby Murphy.
No, I agree with you.
I'll be right back.
Say and do what you want, Bobby. You could say and do whatever you want, brother. You could say and do whatever you want. It's a free world. I tell Drew the same thing. We just don't have to agree with it. I'm sure he don't agree with everything I say. You know what I'm saying? You can say whatever you want, but, we all have our own opinions. So I liked Andrew Makuba coming out. But to compare him to Caleb Downs, I think is a stretch. That's just me. But he could have a better career than Caleb Downs. But I'm saying when they're coming out, there's a reason why he wasn't drafted to the 3rd round. I thought he would go higher. I thought he was a 2nd rounder. He did not go in the 2nd round. I think he went in the 3rd round. Whereas Caleb Downs, he was the 1st round all the way for a reason. And we'll see if they're right or wrong. Only time will tell. If the Eagles had Downs, couldn't tell them nothing. Again, we're excited about Downs. They're not going to rain on our parade, just like I wouldn't tell them that, I'm not going to rain on their parade. But they're entitled to their opinion, just like we're entitled to our opinion. I've been kind of critical. Number one, I said Mekhi Lemon early on in the process was my number 1 rated receiver. So I like him. It's just, hold on. No. I don't have chocolate. What do you need chocolate for?
Chocolate.
I don't have chocolate. You gotta go down to Manahawkin. Vinny Hagan will get you some chocolate. My wife just asked me if I had any chocolate. I don't have chocolate. It's gone.
You ate it all.
What? Oh, it's been here since Christmas. I'm getting yelled at for not having any chocolate.
The dog ate it.
The dog ate it. Don't blame me. I'm going to hit you in the head with a Fier Rocher. So now we're saying Makuba was a 2nd round pick. Downs probably would have been a 2nd. No way. Downs is the best safety to come out in 7 years. You stop, brother. You stop. You stop. You stop. Go on your show and speak blasphemy. I thought he was the 3rd round pick.
He was a late 2nd, I believe.
Okay.
Now that I think about it, like around 60 something.
So my question is, what's your infatuation with trying to diminish our guy by pumping your guy up? What's
They're
up with that?
nervous.
I don't
Brian, they're
understand.
nervous. You know what? They're afraid that he's actually going to be a great player. And you throw Jay Sean Barnum, who nobody's talking about, is going to be a great player.
64th. You're correct. You were right, Randy. The end of the
Yeah.
second. Yes. I guess he was the second at the end of 2. Yes. Again, they're not the same guy. Sorry, brother. My humble opinion, they're not the same guy. But it's an opinion.
Go look and see what Darren Woodson said about Downs.
But he's an ex-Cowboy.
And see what he said.
So, like, we can't look at that because he's tainted, right, Drew? You can't look at what Darren Woodson said because he's Cowboy. We don't want that. Just look at what the scouts are saying. He was a like
Michael
top 5
Irvin said
pick
the
in whole
same
draft.
thing.
Another Cowboy. We can't do that. 3-time winning Super Bowl champion. We can't listen to what Michael says.
If we were to get Bain, they'd be saying the same thing about Bain. So it wouldn't have mattered who we got.
It's all good.
Yeah, I'm just worrying about my team.
Yeah, again, we'll worry about the Eagles when we play. Well, I'm going to cover them. So if they keep stealing each other's cars and dumping them in Camden, I will cover it.
I just want everybody to get to training camp healthy and get to the first part of the season healthy. Don't want nobody getting no serious injuries on any team.
Yeah, but that's not. I hear you. But unfortunately, that's not going to happen. So, what's your thoughts on Bills not?
I know.
What's your thoughts on the Bills not honoring OJ? Loyal, you brought it up. Like, what's your thought?
I mean, I look at it like this: he wasn't convicted for the crime that he committed. There's a lot of controversy behind that. Some people say he did it. Some people say he did. But he wasn't convicted. He was convicted for something else. So,
well, the something else was pretty bad
right.
too.
Yeah, that's their right, I guess. But it's what it is.
I'm trying to figure this out. Desktop audio. Oh, maybe that's.
How about the guy for the Lions who got convicted or is in trouble over
Arnold
doing all that stuff?
Yeah, he's got that. What's the lawyer's name? The one that represented the Cooper with the domestic charges. And it's the same lawyer that he hired.
Mm-hmm. He may not play football again.
Yeah, especially if it turns out he's guilty of that. I mean, the victims were innocent. They weren't even the ones that he accused of. They didn't do what he was accusing them of. So that makes it really bad. Allegedly accusing of. Let me put it that way.
Loyal, who does Ohio State open against?
Texas.
Oh, do they again?
Mm-hmm. This time we're in y'all's house.
Oh, okay. Okay. I didn't know that.
Sorry, I'm texting. Yeah, I got issues.
Well, because you got no chocolate?
Yeah, basically. So what did you find? Anything?
I found a chocolate wafer.
Yeah, she's got something. Vinny. Texas versus Ohio State is week 2.
Is it week 2? Okay, maybe.
Oh, okay.
Well, did you hear Arch Manning come out and he felt? I don't know what you guys think of this. I don't know what Arch was thinking. He says that he feels really bad that the expectations, or Archie Manning, the grandfather, it feels really bad that the expectations that were thrown on his grandson. Your thoughts?
Yeah, with the name Manning, they expected great things, but they have to come into their own. I think it was kind of unfair to
Well,
assume that he was going to be
yeah.
just as good
We all did
as
it,
his
though.
uncles.
We all
Yeah,
did it. You're willing to bet on that pedigree. It's just like a horse, right? Is it not like a horse,
Yep.
or is it a little bit different? Maybe it's a little
No.
different, but everybody wants a secretariat's offspring. I mean, that's just you want the bloodline. So Arch Manning,
That's
I
it.
still think he's going to be really good,
I do
but
too.
but I think it's the coach. I'm sorry. I think Steve Sark, Sark is a rather. I think he's an issue. I think he's underwhelmed as a head coach. I know that's probably blasphemy for a bunch of you Longhorns fans. My father was an Oklahoma Sooner fan, so I don't know. Doesn't matter. I root for Texas now, so I'm not a real big OU fan, but I think he's going to be good. I think he's going to be good. I knew I smelled something. What's going on? Who's here? Roger, what's going on? How are you, Roger? Sark has been amazing. You think he's been amazing, D'Angelo? But he hasn't won anything. No? Loyal? Isn't Steve Sarkisian being a letdown for the University of Texas? He has.
They have high expectations,
but he has the most money spent for players. Ooh, NIL money. I believe the University of Texas is number one in NIL money spent. Most NIL money spent. Let's see here. Most yes, here we go. Bingo. I see. I'm right every once in a while. Most NIL money spent. The Texas Longhorns lead the nation with $47.9 million spent before this upcoming year. Longhorns lead it at 47.9, followed by Miami Hurricanes at 44, followed by the Ohio State Buckeyes at 43.5, followed by the LSU Tigers at 42.8. Talking about horrendous. At least Texas is in the mix. Followed by the primetime Phil's alma mater, the Oregon Ducks at 42.8, followed by Notre Dame, another school that hasn't really done much, 40.4. The Texas A&M Aggies at 38.9. Alabama down to 37.2, or eighth in the nation. So, I ask you again, the Texas Longhorns spend the most, and have they won when was the last time they won a national championship? I guess it was under, what's his name, right? Vince Young, right? So,
Yeah.
So it just goes to show you college football is turning into just like Major League Baseball, which is turning into the more money you spend. You want to be the Dodgers, you can basically buy yourself a win, except if you're the Texas Longhorns. I'm actually rooting for Texas. I know Loyal's an Ohio State fan. Miami Hurricanes, oh my God, they're back in the mix after years of not doing nothing. Wonder why? Well, because they're allowed to pay players. That's why. Sorry, that's a fact. And I love Miami, but I think that's hand in hand in why they're successful.
Are you falling asleep, Randy?
No, I'm actually squinting to look at a score, baseball scores.
It looked like you were sleeping there for a minute.
No, don't try that, Lord.
Game time. I'm hearing Irish will be tough. I hope you're right, Slidehead. I like Notre Dame. I do. LSU is it's a train wreck right now. Oregon Ducks are Nike backed. Most of that money comes from Nike and Phil Knight. But yeah, I don't know. I don't blame Loyal. That's where his tax dollars are going to, is that football team. Yeah, Jimbo. Yeah, exactly, Jimbo. Loyal's taxes are going to support the Buckeyes.
Ohio State gave me a lot of job security, so can't say anything bad about them.
Yeah, CZ says Randy was quitting because he was looking for Tinder dates.
Well,
That's long gone.
Yeah, I don't think he needs Tinder, man. I don't think Randy needs Tinder. Yeah,
I don't.
I
don't.
I wouldn't mess with that. Everybody.
Out of Ohio State, Columbus wouldn't be.
Andrew Martinez says, "Rest in peace, Lou Holtz." I love Lou Holtz. He got a bad rap. He was made fun of after he left Notre Dame, and say whatever you want about how he looked and how he talked. The dude was a motivator, was he not? Was Lou Holtz not a motivator?
He was a damn good coach. He was a darn good coach.
You know, I don't know. I thought he was good, man. He had a lisp. So what? It's amazing to me how we pick on people.
Are we really worried about stuff like that? Good God.
I forgot Drew's a Michigan fan. I forgot about that. So you should be big on Jay Sean Barham, Drew. You should be happy that we got Jay Sean. Jay Sean Barham.
He'll say, "Oh, he sucks."
No, he won't. He's gonna say he's really good. He's West Virginia country boy. What's up, brother? I remember Lou Holtz coached the Jets to a 3-11 record. Nobody said he was a good. Nobody said he was a good pro coach. We're talking college ball. We're talking college football. Mike Aldana. As a kid, I was Lou Holtz in Notre Dame football every single Saturday on NBC. Yeah, Mike. They always had the inside track, right, Randy, with the NBC contract. They got all that money. Yeah.
Yes.
Dallas and Michigan.
They were always getting paid.
Yeah.
What are some of the famous Michigan? Well, we had Jordan Lewis, right? He was a Michigan guy.
Yeah, I actually met him.
Yeah, he was.
He's a real nice.
Still wish we had him.
I met him and Taco actually at the same time, but yeah, Jordan Lewis was really nice.
I'm not happy about him.
Taco, they're both. Yeah,
that was but that was a terrible draft pick.
Well,
we could have TJ Watt.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. Is that the one who they took instead of Watt?
Over TJ? Yep. Watt was picked right after us.
Taco was tall. I mean, he was a tall dude. He looked when I seen him.
So was Lamar Odom, but
he reminded me more of a basketball player than a football player. He was just tall and lean.
All right, let's go through it. Drew might be onto something here. Jay Sean is a bit overrated. He's decent. Now he's overrated. You haven't even seen him play in the pros. Now he's overrated. But whatever. Jordan Lewis. I
want to know how many other verbs he can come up with.
Just remember that. As he's putting on his jacket in Canton, we're gonna play. He's a bit overrated. Oh, God.
Eagle Truth is loyal. Let's name the recent Michigan players Dallas has taken.
Jordan Lewis. He was picked in the 3rd round of the 2017 draft, and he made Pro Bowls. Jeff Heath, another one. I'm going through the list now. Gerald White, running back, don't remember in the 80s. Jeff Heath, safety for the Cowboys. Okay, he did play a few seasons. He was undrafted. Jeff Heath, undrafted safety out of Michigan, played from 2013 through 2019. So I would say that was a hit. Taco Charlton stunk. Mozzie Smith stunk. Dallas has Trevor Keegan. He was a Michigan guy. I think Eagles drafted him in the 5th round. That's really all they've ever had. So Jay Sean Barham may be the best one of the bunch. And I don't know. I think that you're going to be surprised when you see him. We heard this time last year from certain content creators how much the Nebraska lineman for the Eagles, who was it? Ty Davis or Ty something. He was a 3rd round pick for out of Nebraska. He hadn't played it down, I don't think. We're hearing how great he was and how he's looked. We don't know. He could. He could. It's so, but everybody's high on their players. Jay Sean Barham, I will say, he's a guy. Well, here's the deal, though. You know, we have to see him play, but Jay Sean Barham, he's the guy. He was Christian Parker's Zach Bond, who was also ran, who was not a great player in the league until he went to the Eagles, and Christian Parker and company coached him up. So coming into the draft, Jay Sean Barham was earmarked. They weren't going to reach for him, but there were guys, if possible, he was the one guy. Now, if Jay Sean Barham is not a really good football player, then you could blame Christian Parker, because that was the guy that he wanted, along with Malachi Lawrence. Malachi Lawrence, they had very high. And they got, supposedly, because, I was on the train of maybe drop down a few spots because we think we know everything, and get more picks and still take Malachi Lawrence. They got intel that he wasn't going to last for the next 5 picks. Malachi Lawrence.
They were actually trying to trade up to get him. But nobody would trade with them.
I know they were trying to trade up for Caleb Downs into the top 10 multiple times. I brought this up the other day. And it reminds me, not as much of a reach, but it reminds me of when Eagles were desperately trying to trade up like 10 picks to get a Kenyon Mitchell over and over and over. And he ended up falling in their lap. Sometimes you need to be lucky, right? Nobody wanted to trade with them, but yet they got their guy anyway. Dallas got their guy in Jay Sean Barham in the 3rd round pick. Overrated.
Who hasn't played it down in football yet.
Right, but you can't say he's overrated either. Nobody said anything.
I said he's a bit overrated. He's decent, but you haven't seen him play like you can't say what he is, just like I can't say it.
Wait. We said we like what we see. You can't tell me that we're not allowed to like what we see. Nobody's saying anything. We said we like him.
You're trying to compare him to. You're comparing him to.
He's a better prospect. He's a better prospect coming out of college than Zach Bond was. What are you talking about?
But he hasn't played it down in football.
But what I'm saying is, that coming out of college, he was a higher rated prospect than Zach Bond. So that's all we're saying. They have to do it in the NFL. Zach Bond didn't do nothing in this league until we got with Christian.
Right, but I'm here to call out the hypocrisy because
I'm not here to listen to it.
I know you guys don't want to hear truth. That's why.
Well, it ain't
when
truth.
I tried to compare Downs with Makuba and said that their
moved on from that, brother.
Comparable.
Let
me make my point.
Well, you can make
but now you're trying to use. You said we can't use college. Now you want to use college to prove your point. You got to call out the hypocrisy.
And can we make this straight? It's not truth. It's your hope. That's all I'm saying.
It's true, Holly.
No,
Holly, look it up. Holly, look it up, boo boo.
No,
look it up, boo boo.
Hold
take my
on.
word
anytime we get excited about any players we get, it threatens you, Drew.
Please don't be disrespectful.
How can I be threatened by a 7-9-1 football team? Are you kidding me?
That was last season. This is a different season.
Don't be disrespectful.
I'm not being disrespectful.
Yeah,
I'm just saying
calling her boo-boo. She's not your boo-boo, brother.
I'm not your boo-boo.
Oh, boo-boo. Oh, that's offensive. You can play the N-word, but I say boo-boo.
I don't know what your issue is, but...
What? Say that again. Wait a minute. What did you say?
Hold on. Nobody said... Hold up.
I never called anybody a name.
Okay.
Boo-boo is a term of endearment. I'm sorry, Holly. I called you boo-boo.
But that's offensive, though. That's about like calling me babe or chick or something like that. That's not. I don't like boo-boo because when my husband called me that, it was not in a nice term.
I don't know what you don't
get. I don't disrespect
my ex-husband.
Caleb Downs is a higher prospect than Makuba coming out of college. What don't you
I never said that he wasn't. I never said he wasn't. What I said was that their college numbers are comparable And Makuba has better numbers than Downs.
Comparing college numbers with Jay Sean Barham. I said he's a better prospect.
You just did. You just did.
He's a better prospect coming out based on draft position.
Why is he a better prospect, Game Time? Because
based
of the
on
numbers,
draft
right?
position.
Because of the numbers,
I don't even know his numbers.
Drew, I got present for you.
They're
on,
projecting.
Guys.
They're projecting.
And let me set you guys straight.
What are you talking about? College numbers?
Let me set you
Jerry
guys straight.
Rice's college numbers. How about Tom Brady's college numbers? How about
let's throw all of that out? Remember,
Tony
let's throw all of
Romo's
that. That
college
doesn't
numbers.
count.
Oh, he wasn't drafted.
It doesn't count. It doesn't count. We don't look at
count.
college numbers.
Stop
right?
looking at stats in
You
college.
said it didn't count earlier. When I tried to say look at the numbers, you said numbers don't count.
They don't count. What you look at, they don't count. What you look at is the scouts and how you project into the NFL. That has nothing to do with stats.
Oh, now the scouts. So we don't look at the numbers. Scouts can't be wrong.
Of course they can be wrong, but
of course, and so can numbers. And so can I didn't bring up scouts. I said look at the numbers. You brought up scouts.
You're butthurt because.
How am I butthurt?
You're butthurt because
don't disrespect me because I'm not butthurt. I'm not butthurt over Makuba
Get your thought
and
out. We're not having a 30-second dissertation. Get your
go
thought
for
out.
It, bro. Just don't say I'm butthurt because I'm not.
You are butthurt because you don't like when we say that Caleb Downs is
over a team that missed the playoffs back
all right,
to back.
You got your point across.
What are we talking about?
You're saying Caleb Downs is not a better prospect than Andrew Makuba coming out of college.
I never said that. I never said that.
Then stop bringing it up. Then stop bringing it up.
I never said that. I was
so
doing
we
it to
agree
make
that Caleb Downs is a better prospect than Andrew Makuba.
Hold on.
No,
I was saying
yes
it
or
to
no?
make a
That's all we're talking about. They haven't played it down to football yet. They haven't played it down to football yet.
You're trying to say that Bond is not as good as a rookie that hasn't played it down to football yet.
No, that's not what I said. Pay attention. I said,
what are we doing here?
Let me talk here. What I said was coming out of college and the beginning of his NFL career was not going good until he got to Philly. That's what I said. It wasn't until he got to Philly that he did anything.
And it had nothing to do with CP. CP had nothing to do with Zach Bond's success. We got to get you guys straight.
Well,
you guys got CP
Nobody's
on
saying
some
CP.
pedestal.
All I'm saying
you
is...
You didn't say that. You said CP was a part of his success.
See, here's the problem with you, Drew. You want to try and...
Drew speaks the facts. That's the problem.
No, you don't speak the facts. What you need to do...
You guys don't like it. You don't like it.
You need to understand.
You get threatened, Drew. That's why you lash out.
I'm afraid of a 7 or 9 and 1 football team.
Well, what happened with that 7-9 football
Zach
team?
Bond was not as high a prospect as Jay Sean Barham. Zach Bond came into the league and was a disappointment until he got to Philly. All right, that's all we're saying. He comes out of college,
and you said CP was a part of his growth development.
It was,
and he was not.
He was.
He was. How was he? When he was the cornerback coach, how was he? You tell me how he was.
Well, I've showed video upon video, and I actually, if you look at Zach Bond's interview from the Super Bowl last year,
talking to an Eagles fan.
Look at Zach Bond's interview from the Super Bowl.
Calm down.
You're going to mute your camera because we're hearing somebody loud in the background.
Relax.
Don't be.
Relax. Your heart rate is up.
No. We're hearing somebody in the background. So please mute your phone, bro. Learn how to work. Thank you. Zach Bond was at the Super Bowl last year, raving about before every game that CP was making sure he was going to be in the right place at the right time. Don't listen to me. Go back and look. Zach Bond interviewed for the Super Bowl.
Run the tape. I didn't see that tape. Run it.
I'll send it to you. I'm in the middle of a show. We're not going to get hostile takeovered by Eagles Drew because you don't like that I said that Caleb Downs has a higher upside than Andrew Makuba. Who
he possibly does. He possibly does. Nobody's arguing that. Nobody's arguing that,
He does. That doesn't mean he will.
Possibly does. He possibly does. That's what possibly means.
Just like Jay Sean Barham has a higher upside than Zach Bond. Now it's
does he
coming out of college. That doesn't mean it's going to happen. You are separating the two.
I'm not separating.
Again, we hear a lot of people in the background, so please talk and mute. Thank you. Anybody else want to get in here? Again, it's not rocket science. These guys have a higher upside coming out of college. That doesn't mean they're going to have a better professional career. That's all. Why you don't like that answer, I don't know.
It doesn't bother me. And let me just say
you
this:
came in
you
here
guys
to
have
set the
Christian
record straight.
Parker.
You're not setting nothing
Yeah,
straight. Because coming out of
set you straight.
college, they have
I
a
set you straight.
higher
I set all of you
floor.
straight.
When they
And I'm
come
gonna
out of
set you straight on
college, they have
Christian.
a
I'm
higher
gonna set you
floor.
straight on Christian Parker too. I'm gonna set you straight on
Well,
Christian
you're
Parker
gonna get
too.
enough of Christian Parker in a few months. Don't worry about
I can't
that.
wait.
You
I
ain't
can't
going.
wait.
Oh yeah, you
Can't
keep
wait.
saying you can't wait.
We're
We're
gonna
gonna
get
see.
George Pickens too.
Can't wait.
He's ready,
Yeah.
he's ready for George
Wait a minute.
Pickens.
You're the
Didn't
one that
Christian
sounds
Parker-
like you
hold on,
got
didn't-
your panties in a bunch.
Christian
You better
Parker,
be ready for
wasn't
George
Christian
Pickens.
Parker? Didn't he coach Kelly Ringo?
Boo-boo.
And then he coached Dory Jackson. Then he coached Deshaun Cooper DeJean, who got torched, like you guys said. What happened then?
What are you talking about?
The same. You guys always like to bring up. Well, what happened in the second game when we torched the secondary? Whose secondary was it?
Nobody said it wasn't. It's football.
Answer the question. Whose secondary was it?
We got him.
Hold up. It's football. You're not going to make every play. You just want to elevate your guys to the kitten. I mean, you know, you're going to get beat in this league. So even the best people get beat. And your boys are going to get beat again this year. That don't mean they're not good. That game you got beat. There's nothing wrong with it. Nobody said. See, that's the thing. You don't want to take any criticism. You can get your ass beat in the game.
I take all the criticism. We lost the game.
We
lost.
I didn't even bring up the game.
You brought up the game. You said something about us losing the game.
Not today.
You talking about the Dallas game?
You
talking about
not today? I didn't.
The Dallas game? Well, what game were you just?
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know. Help me out, everybody. What's he talking about?
I brought up the Dallas game.
Okay,
I brought up the 24 straight. I brought up the idea that, you know what, the bottom line
I know I'm not crazy. I know, I can hear. I heard what you said.
I brought it up
you came at
because
me.
after the fourth game of the year, y'all were average at best. Do you realize y'all were 7-7 the last 14 games of the season? Do you realize you got beat in your own house by a team that brought a Barbary off the streets?
I gotta go urinate.
And Randy, let me ask you a question. Randy, let me ask you, what's up, Marcus? Randy, let me ask you a question.
Wait a minute. Can I say something real quick? Can I say something real quick?
Yeah, Holly, before you say something, who did
No, this is something different. Let me just, hi, Lloyd. Hi, Marcus. I hadn't even got to say hi to y'all.
What's going on, Holly?
How's everybody? How's everyone?
Y'all realize that y'all aren't champs anymore. You call yourself champs, but you're not champs anymore. Have you lost faith in your team? Your own wide receiver Lemon can't even figure out the playbook.
Randy, we're your dad.
Lemon can't even figure out the playbook.
When they announce the Philadelphia Eagles, they will say the NFC East defending champion.
If that's what you want, that's fine. If that's the biggest thing that you want, that's fine.
Randy, can you say
we're used to winning.
You're not even listening.
Can you say loyal?
See, what's going
Drew,
on?
the problem is you're talking over everybody and not listening.
We can't say we're the defending, but
yeah. So what's going on to Game Time in the panel?
Hi, Lloyd.
What's going on, everybody? Y'all, and I have to be one because I'm guilty of it too. Like Drew comes in trolling, guys. I'm a victim. I myself am a victim because he comes in with the same argument. It doesn't change. It doesn't change. Even when he's talking about Caleb Downs and the stats, they didn't throw Caleb Downs way. You can't compare the two. They were scared of Caleb Downs. They didn't throw his way, so his stats are down because they didn't throw. He got bored during the game, so they
go back and watch the game where they play Alabama.
I watched them.
Go back and watch the game where they play Alabama. He got torched. Go watch that game.
I just got through listening to you, bro. We listened to you, bro. I watched Caleb Downs every game when he was with Ohio State, and I watched every game when he was with Alabama. Teams did not want to throw his way to the point to where they had to move him, disguise him as a outside linebacker just so he can be involved, Drew. I've heard on where D'Angelo said that they talking about moving Caleb Downs to linebacker. That's bull crap. Caleb Downs will not be a linebacker in the defense. He's not going to what it's all about how you disguise your defense. That's what it's about. That's what it's about. And and you speak about us speaking about Christian Parker. Now, mind you, you were so high on Christian Parker at first. And now that we're feeling the way we're feeling. See, the thing about it is now that we're feeling good about our team, you can't deal with it. We feel good about our team. You just got through telling Game Time about you're an Eagles fan. All right. We're Cowboys fans. So you expect us to sit here and take what you have.
Allow me to respond, please.
You expect us to listen to what you feel. This is what you feel and how you feel.
And I'll let you respond. I'll let you respond, Drew. My only thing was when I say something like higher ceiling. Now, Zach Bond and Jay Sean Barham almost have the exact same draft. They're both third-round picks. So, I don't know. I thought Zach was a later pick. He did play 4 years in the league, and Eagles, brought him in and turned him into something. I would think that would be coaching, Drew. That's all. And I'm not saying Parker was, I'm not saying that. I'm saying he was in the building. He helped on the defensive side of the ball, and he wanted a guy in the mold of Zach Bond. That's a compliment. But so, all right, I would say I was wrong on the Jay Sean Barham maybe having a higher upside coming out of college. I can admit that. Now, when it comes to Caleb Downs, again, me and Randy just talked about it. We really liked Andrew Makuba. The reason why he didn't go and he wasn't a top blue chip prospect, he was drafted in the second round. That's great. I'm not trying to demean him, but it was his size. He's not that he's not tall. He's just not very. I think he's like 185, something like that. I don't know what he is now, but we love Andrew Makuba. But there's a reason why that this kid that Dallas drafted, Caleb Downs, he's just that good, but he hasn't played it down in the NFL, so he has to prove it, right? We're not telling you he's going to Canton. We're just saying based on we got the guy we wanted, and we're very excited. So to compare him or to, I don't know what you're saying, but I don't care. Go ahead, finish your thought.
Listen. All I'm saying,
just respond.
Yeah, I never said that Caleb Downs was never going to be a good player. Never said that. I'm not responding off of hatred. And I think that I've always said that I think Christian Parker is going to be a good coach.
You're saying
I'm just not saying that. I said the process will take about 2 to 3 years for you guys. Yeah. And I still stick with that. I'm not being
He'll probably be long gone in 2 years.
Optimistic like you guys. I don't think he will be long gone because I don't think that your defense is going to be that good this year. I think you'll be like between 20-25, right? So I don't think that you're going to be that. I don't think Dallas is going to make playoffs.
Yeah, well, it
has nothing to do with hatred. What you guys don't understand is when I'm speaking from a place of understanding and knowledge, you don't like it, so you call it trolling. As opposed to you can't come against it. What I'm saying with facts.
Are times where you troll.
No,
I'm not trolling now. I'm speaking.
Host is trash too.
Drew,
I'm not speaking. I'm not trolling. I'm talking. You don't like it, and that's cool.
No, your opinion. Go ahead, Game Time. What's going on?
I'm gonna let you guys go in a minute, and you guys can talk. But I don't know what. Listen. I don't know what anybody said. I can only speak for what I say. I just think that there are times where Eagle fans will, and Dallas fans do the same thing. So I'm not going to say it's. We always want to compare. It's like, why are you comparing to us, right? Or the reason why we're comparing it to you, Drew, is because we have one of your coaches, and it's not like we got just any coach. He's literally the highest, word around the league. He was the guy. Everybody, you need to get Christian Parker. That's not just Dallas. They're like, he is the next big thing in the NFL. He's already been doing it at multiple spots. So that's where that comes from, is that not only are we getting Caleb Downs, right? And he got a guy who he earmarked before the draft in Jay Sean Barham, and he's liking him to a Zach Bond. We get it. He hasn't played it down, but we're saying it's exciting. If we didn't get any of these players, if we didn't get Caleb Downs and we got somebody else, it wouldn't be very exciting, but we got the guy that we wanted, and that's all. But anyway, go ahead, guys.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that
and then
you
guys
shouldn't be
go
excited. Go ahead. Yeah,
let me read the super chat, and then you guys can go back and forth. I'm not, again, I get carried away, and like I said, if I, it happens, and then I'll let you guys talk. Let me read the super chat so I can freaking find it. Super chat. Next Level Sports Lounge goes in the hopper for joining. Yeah, I think what happened, Lloyd, was I switched the Game Time crew, which doesn't get the Zoom links normally, even though I do send them from time to time. I dropped it $1, and I think this one I might drop $1 as well. But yeah, so maybe that's why it didn't automatically re-up. And Dirty Sanchez, is it me, guys, or is it weird that Donkey Drew wants all the grown men to call him daddy? He does. He wants us to call him daddy. Thank you for the super chat.
I'm trolling when I say that.
Mr. Daddy.
I'm trolling when I say
Super Bowls,
I
bro.
don't mind
Catch
trolling,
up.
Drew.
I'm trolling.
Catch up.
But here's the thing with Christian
anyway,
Parker.
guys, go ahead and
Hold on. Here's the thing with Christian Parker. You guys didn't know who Christian Parker was. You were clueless. You had no clue. We know who Christian Parker is. We were coming to Next Level Sports telling you guys who Christian Parker was. We were telling you, hold on. We were telling you guys who Christian Parker was, what he was going to do, and what's going to happen. We know who Christian Parker is. You don't. So for us to sit back and listen to you guys make him CP Lombardi now, like he's this extraordinary coach, we don't know what CP is going to do.
That's not
Man
what
has
we
never.
did.
Hold on. That's exactly what you guys have.
That's not.
That's exactly what you guys have done and are doing.
Disrespectful, bro.
How is it disrespectful? I'm telling you,
Disrespectful to say that.
Wait, Drew,
He knew who Kellen Moore was.
Yeah, let me speak, though. I haven't spoken since I got here.
Go ahead, Mark.
Y'all go ahead,
let
man.
me,
Go ahead. I can't
Pizzle,
get a word in. Go ahead.
yeah, like Pizzle says, I'm good at this.
ahead,
So we're
man.
going to go with Marcus, Loyal, Drew, Lloyd. And in and out. But go ahead, Marcus.
Yeah, I'm quick always.
No,
all we saying, Drew, is like acknowledge like what we say about our players. It's not like we know what they're gonna do. We're only going by what they did in college.
We don't know
what I'm saying?
shit. We're just
And
happy.
Same applies with the Eagles. We can always say Hurts can't do this, Hurts can't do that, new offense, but we're not gonna know until the season starts. So everybody's gonna say what they're gonna say, but it's all got to be respected in the panel. That's all how it works.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
Sometimes I say shit that I deserve to be.
Right.
I don't mind. I don't mind.
My thing is, this could be said about when we said that Kellen Moore was going to go over to the Eagles and they sucked. They won the Super Bowl with Kellen Moore. So who's to say Christian Parker can't do that for us? That's all I'm saying.
All right, Lloyd. And then Drew. Sorry, I don't know. I might have went out of order. Lloyd and then Drew.
And it's not that we didn't know who Christian Parker was, because everybody heard about Christian Parker when he's with Denver. Of course, the last team he played with was with you guys. So I'm the one. I'm gonna admit I'm the one that asked you on the Next Level Sports Lounge, because he just had his recent team was with you, but he also played under Van Joseph. So we seen him in action. We seen what he did, but he also, his last team was with you guys. The thing about it is, it's no pressure on Christian Parker. He going to the worst defense in the league. It's no pressure on him.
That's a good point. Yeah.
The pressure is on Sean Mannion, though, because you said he's driving a Ferrari, right? It's pressure on him. It's no pressure on Christian Parker.
In reality, though, Lloyd, I don't know. Andrew, you get in here if you're still here.
Everybody got pressure on him.
Yeah, so I'm gonna let you go ahead, Game Time. I'm after you, Game Time. Make your point.
My Zoom crew's off to the side, so I can't see necessarily all the time who's in there when I'm looking at the camera. But my thing is, overall offense was where? Was it in like I think 23? I want to say something like that. Something like that. So it's
Right. Well, I have a different perspective when I'm looking
but
at
I
that.
think,
But go ahead.
but I think to counteract Lloyd, he's coming into a good situation because the offense did not look good at times. Still was pretty good, but you know what I mean. Overall, statistically, it was 23rd. You were great in the red zone, so that was good. But that's why it's a mystery to me, and I think he may come in with. I agree with Lloyd. Christian Parker has no pressure because it's going to be better. To the degree of the better, that's up for debate. You know, they haven't put on the pads yet, so I'm a little leery to keep saying it. But I'm saying it because I'm excited because the people I trust are saying this defense is going to be really good, and that's like between 10 and 20. Top 10 is a different animal. I wouldn't even think of going there until you see it, you know. But anyway, go ahead, Drew. You're muted.
Man, muted, that sounds good. That sounds good.
You're muted.
Yeah.
Drew.
Yeah, I know it sounds good. No, what I was going to say is, I agree with what we've been agreeing with you, Lloyd. The pressure is on Mannion. Why? Because the Eagles have a far more talented offense than Dallas has. If you compare the talent level, it's not even comparable, right? So yes, the expectations and the pressure is far more greater than Mannion, and there's no greater expectations. See, there's really no expectations in Dallas, and I'm not trolling, right? There's no expectations in Dallas. You know, it's all propaganda and popularity, but there's no expectations. But the fan base is putting unrealistic expectations on CP, because when you talk about top 10 to 15, to me, that's ridiculous. You don't have the horses. That's why I say 2025, first year jump, 2025. Because can it get worse? Yes, it can. You weren't 32nd. You weren't. Apply yourself to the same rules, Lloyd.
He was 31st.
Can it get worse? Is it possible for it to get worse?
Now,
yes, it is.
What I would say was we gave up. There hasn't been a defense in modern history to give up an average of 3 points per possession. So they may not have
get worse.
No, but what I'm saying is statistically they weren't last, but in some categories they were the worst ever.
Exactly, and I'm saying the same thing about the Eagles' offense.
Enter D. Williams. Yeah. Enter again. I put a post. Yeah, Loyal, you're next. But I put a post up on Facebook of all the changes that they made just in this offseason. And these are plays. I mean, playmaking plays. Jalen Thompson is a very good safety. You saw. He's top 10. He was ranked. 10, I mean, he's ranked in the top 10. So I don't care what term. He's very good safety. To go along with a Caleb Downs. We had 2 number 1 draft picks, not one. We had 2. Mm-hmm. They're all stretches. We brought in Rashawn Gary. Just remember, we traded Micah before game 1. Did not replace him. We tried to go with by committee. We brought in Jadeveon Clowney, who's still out there, and he did good, but it was such a drop off. They overcalculated, and the main problem was confusion. It was less talent than confusion, but they said F that. They went out and overhauled the defense. Now, I agree, top 10 would be surprising. But to say they can't go from 10 to 20 in year 1, we've seen almost every year monumental jumps when you bring in a Rashawn Gary. You bring in a Pro Bowl Jalen Thompson. When you bring in a blue chip Caleb Downs. When you bring in a Malachi Lawrence. When you bring in a D. Winters, who has playoff pedigree. When you bring in a Kobe Durant, who had interceptions in playoff games. And I'm forgetting a shit ton of people. Oh, a P.J. Locke. Right. When you bring in P.J. Locke, who's had playoff his success last year. There's a lot of veteran / quality pieces on that defense. So to say that it's bad, I think you're.
I never said it was bad. Well, you never said it's bad.
Well, it'll be better.
You said we don't have the horses.
It's going to be better. How much better? We don't know.
It might be worse.
We don't have.
Before you,
he said we don't have the horses.
It probably wasn't even about the roster. It could have been coaching.
Before you go,
he said we don't have the horses.
You said we don't have the horses. I'm trying to tell you. I just
named it.
You don't have the horses. Right, but
But
let
it
me just
could
say
have
this
been
before
both.
Loyal
It could
goes.
have
Real
been
quick.
either
Do nothing
way,
for you
though.
then, brother. If you don't like,
Let me just say this before
I
Loyal
can't
goes,
do
real quick,
anything.
right? No, I'm just saying. I mean, that's my opinion. I could be wrong, and if I'm wrong, I'll stand 10
I
toes down
know,
on it,
but
right?
well, like we say, we don't have the
Right,
horses. When I just rattled off half a dozen guys that are
but
really
and
good at their
here's my
position.
counter to what you're saying, Game Time, because the last
That's
5
horses, brother.
years,
Hey, Drew, let
the
Loyal
last
speak.
5 years. Oh, let me just say this: the last 5 years
Going too long,
in
though,
our
bro.
success. Let me finish. You keep cutting me
Yeah,
off.
but,
In our
but
success,
everybody's here. We want to share. We want
let
to
me
share
finish.
I gotta
Let
get to
me
the super
finish. And
chat when Drew's
just give me
done.
Yeah,
Then
30
we'll let
seconds.
Loyal
yeah.
go.
30
Loyal, you're on
seconds,
That's why
deck,
I
Marcus.
brother.
go
Don't cut
short,
me
bro.
off.
I don't
Let
stay
me,
long
Marcus,
like you,
cut me off.
bro.
Marcus, give me
You
30
go
seconds.
too long with it, bro.
For the last 5 years, when we lose 2 or 3 players, I hear
Yeah.
Randy say, "Oh, you guys lost 3 players, so it's going to affect your defense." But you guys change out the entire defense for 9, 8 guys,
Well, not on
and
the
you're going to
defensive
jump to the
line.
top.
No.
Hold
Well,
yourself to the same
hold up,
standard,
hold
guys.
up. You know as
Hold
well as I,
yourself to the same standards,
Drew.
guys. Come on
Drew.
now. Don't be a hypocrite.
Drew, let me answer, and then Loyal. I promise.
Let Loyal get in.
Yeah,
You
but
guys
let
don't
me.
hold yourself to the same
Yeah, but let
standard.
me respond to you. It's like good defenses, and Eagles have shown the way. Eagles have shown the way. Eagles have shown the way. Inside out. We didn't lose anybody. We added 2 on the interior too. That's the thing, Drew. You're not giving us any credit.
No respect.
We had obviously a stud in Quinnen Williams who really greatly helped the run game. He can't do it by himself. We went out and brought in Otito Ogbania. We brought in Jonathan Bullard. I know you may not know these players. Jonathan Bullard is a 10-year veteran in the league who is a huge man to help stop the run and be a rotation. We have done things that kind of like, Drew, when I brought in Louis T. And when Louis T named all the things that they've done that maybe me and you aren't on the screws as, oh, well, okay. I was very surprised of all the things that the Washington Commanders have done this offseason after hearing Louis lay it out for me so eloquently. Now, real quick, Loyal, you're on deck. Let me read the super chat, then Loyal Cowboy. As an outside fan from the DMV, Makuba is nowhere as talented as Caleb Downs. It was reported that Sonny Styles was gone. We were taking Downs. Down crushed my Irish in the biggest games. He's a dog. Thank you, Chris Dooley. I'm going to save this, Chris, because I got a Sean Taylor jersey coming. It should be here in a couple of days. I will put this in the Sean Taylor cup for the jersey, brother. I'll put it over here. So anyway, Loyal Cowboy, and then Drew can respond.
All I was going to say is this. I mean, everybody's saying we had a bad
Marcus.
defense,
We need Marcus in here.
But you remember in 2020 how bad we were when we had Mike Nolan. When we go from Mike Nolan to Dan Quinn, it turned around in a year. So it's not saying it's going to take. It could happen. It could happen. We could go from worst to
predict it's going to happen. I agree. It's tough.
Because look at it's happened before in 2020 when Mike
it's
Nolan.
It's a tough situation to be in, Drew, because if we start getting excited, then it's like, you could be bad. And you're right. There is a world where we could be bad. I think most people know that we're going to be a lot better. How much better? I don't know. All right, whoever's next. I'm sorry.
Well, Loyal, I'll ask you this question. That team that turned around so quickly had Micah Parsons. You got Micah Parsons on this team? You got Micah Parsons on this team?
We got
answer the question. Loyal, answer the question. You got Micah Parsons on this team?
No, we don't have Micah Parsons, but
you got players. We got Caleb. You got Stephon Diggs on this team.
That to you about your offense.
You got Stephon Diggs on this team. You got Stephon Diggs.
Trayvon, not Stephon.
You got Trayvon Diggs?
No. But we still
he was on that team too, right? Wasn't Jerron
Why
Bland
don't you
on that
let
team?
people answer the damn question?
Randy, why don't you mind your
Why
business?
don't you let him answer the damn
I'm
question? You
asking
always
questions.
run into your fucking mouth.
You don't like it. That's why I do it. You shut the hell up.
Come on.
Shut the fuck up, stupid.
Come on, guys. Knock it off. Knock it off, guys.
Oh, I'm tired of that motherfucker. He runs his mouth. He thinks he knows football.
All right, come on, Drew.
I do know football. I know more football than you. That's why you mad, Randy.
You understand
That's why
that,
you
stupid?
mad, Randy.
Yeah, you idiot.
Yeah. Look at you, Randy. I got you in my back pocket.
You're a piece
I got you in my back pocket, Randy. Another one.
Chill,
Sorry, motherfucker.
Calm down, everybody. Calm down.
Another one.
Can I speak?
This is not what I like to do on this channel, so I
Another,
apologize.
talk to Randy. He got out of pocket, so I had to check him.
Again, man.
Drew, but you were feeding
Shut the fuck
into it.
Drew, you got to respect the panel, Drew.
Anyway, I'm not here to blame anybody. We just, again, like the key is to get the comments in and get out. Next, please. Yeah, he's gone. There we go. This is why I don't like it. I lose my channel subscribers. So apologize for that.
I'm a subscriber too. You be all right. You're a big boy.
Yeah, but subscribers should not be going after a subscriber.
That's I'm not a big boy.
Drew, you need to settle down.
Go talk to him. He came to me.
But Drew, you influenced it. That's the big problem. I'm sorry. You know you did. You know you did, Drew. You know you did. You can shake your head no, but you know you did. So you're part of that problem.
All right, go ahead, Marcus.
Yeah, all I was saying, like before, Drew was talking about the rosters not up to par. It could have been like the coaching. You know what I mean? Like Eberflus was that bad. And now we got Christian Parker. You know, we had our draft, Caleb Downs. It's got to be better from last season. It just has to be.
Lloyd, anything to say?
It might not be. We don't have Micah Parsons or Diggs, but to me, those are players who are distractions. Now, Diggs. Now, don't get me wrong. Michael was good his rookie year. He had some great years, but I think we got Quint Williams. That's a piece we needed. We got Caleb Downs. That's a piece we needed. We drafted some good free agents this year. That was huge because we didn't draft shit. Other than Pickens, we haven't did shit last year. So I think we've done a lot. Now. Whether the question is whether or not CP he could. I'm not saying he's going to, Drew. I'm just saying that he could because it's happened before. When we went from Mike Nolan to Dan Quinn, he coached the players up. He got the players that he wanted in there, and they played well. And again, I always say this: the players like to buy into who they didn't buy into Eberflus. They didn't buy into Mike Nolan. I believe they'll buy into Christian Parker, and I believe they'll play well for him. That's all I'm saying.
So loyal. I hear what you're saying, bro. I hear what you're saying, loyal, right? But here we go. You can't compare. CP has never coached he hasn't even coached a preseason game, guys.
Okay. But what about Sirianni? Before Sirianni?
No, you can't. I got you, but you can't compare him to Chris. You can't compare him to Sirianni. Sirianni's took over a head coach, right?
Okay.
You guys are setting
a head coach before that, though, right?
You guys are making. And I'm not, again, Dallas has made some really good moves this offseason. Had a really good offseason. I've never said that they have not. You guys just get in your emotions and feelings.
No, but it doesn't
when
matter.
I say something that you guys don't like.
What's wrong with us? We're the Cowboys fans.
There's nothing wrong with you.
We are the Cowboys fans.
There's nothing wrong with it.
Okay, let me say this.
I'm not ridiculing you for
hold
doing
on.
it.
This is why Randy got mad. You said what you said. Lloyd was responding, and now but that's the problem, though. I don't think you realize, but you keep going.
Just say something to me. If I'm overstepping, say, "Hey, Drew, fall back." I'll fall back.
To do that. I'm not your father.
You know what I'm saying? Because I thought we were conversating.
No, but you were again. I'm just telling you, what happened. You said what you said. Lloyd was interjecting, and then you came back, and that's why there's.
I just have more questions.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, this is
Let me say this? Is it all right for me to say something game time?
Yeah, absolutely. I don't want to be.
Okay.
You got to ask permission, but it's a give and take, in and out, to get everybody involved.
Yeah, fall back, Drew.
Yeah. So
back,
this is
homie.
me. I'm one that's going to say I feel that Christian Parker is going to change the whole entirety of this defense. And Drew or nobody else can deter me from what I feel. And like I said, if I'm wrong, then I'm willing to eat that smoke if I'm wrong. But I love everything so far, even though he hasn't called a play. They haven't played not one play on the field or down on the field. Just because we feel what you say, Drew, is your opinion. And just because you have your opinion that you call facts does not make you more knowledgeable than the next person. We all love football. We all love our teams. So just because we speak about our teams, we can say a lot about your team. Most of us don't say a lot about your team. But when we speak about our team, we're speaking about our team and how we feel about our team. Yeah, it is our opinion. we've made some. You say we don't have horses. We have horses. Just because you feel that we don't have horses does not mean we don't have horses. We have horses. We have pivotal people, pivotal players in certain positions. All of them don't have to be superstars in order for this defense to be good. Quentin Williams is a great piece. Kenny Clark, great. This is their first offseason together. How many players are able to say that they didn't play with an all-pro defensive tackle? That makes a defense better. We've always been lacking in the run game. We have Quentin Williams and Kenny Clark anchoring that run game, along with Rashawn Gary, who's great at stopping the run. And I feel that he can be better. Quentin Williams is going to make a whole lot of players on that team better. Just like we felt about Michael Parsons as a pass rusher. He wasn't good at stopping the run. He was great at as a pass rusher, but his body wasn't made to be a pass rusher. He was brought in to be a linebacker. So that kind of set him back a lot when it came to him playing the position that he was playing. But for you to say we don't have horses, and we not only do we have Kenny Clark and Quentin Williams, we brought in Jalen Thompson. We drafted good. You might not think we drafted good, but we drafted good. And we brought in other players. So that doesn't mean just because you feel that it might take 2 or 3 years, that it's going to actually take 2 or 3 years. And see, if it doesn't take 2 or 3 years, then that's going to make you look bad on you knowledgeable in your facts. If this defense end up being a top 15 and top 10 defense, then what are you going to say? What would be your excuse then? What would be your excuse then? Because you won't have any excuses. Because Christian Parker would have accomplished what we've been saying that could happen, because we've seen it happen. We had Jaron Kearse and Donovan Wilson as our safeties back there. You know what I'm saying? When we was in a top 10 defense, the worst defense to a top 10 defense 2 years in a row. We can speak about that because we've seen it happen. That's why we say that it can happen. That's why we say that.
Let me grab the 2 super chats real fast. Brooks, Fly Eagles Fly. What's up, Brooks? Fly Eagles Fly from Brooks and Texas Poker. I love how Drew gets you brain. You cow brain clowns so worked up. Normally I disagree with Drew, but he's 100% right. You have no idea the Cowboys deal will be any good. Again, nobody is set.
Bro.
Yeah, go ahead. You can respond. Go ahead, Marcus. Respond to Texas Poker.
Nobody getting riled up over no damn troll.
No, we're fine. I get more riled up, and Lloyd knows this. Is
never like, gives the Cowboys any respect. That's why he comes off as being kind of fugazi with it.
I get worked up when the show kind of takes I don't care about anybody's opinion. Me and Drew can go on for days. It doesn't bother me, but I may get loud, but that's just my Italian coming out of me. It has nothing. I'm fine, but that's just how we are. In this house. We get loud, but it's all good. Texas Poker, you're entitled to your opinion as well. Go ahead, Drew.
Lloyd, let me ask you a question. How do you know your draft picks are going to be good? How do you know they haven't played it down in football yet?
Don't neither one of the 32 teams know if they draft picks are going to be.
But that's not what you just said. That's not what you just said.
I said we feel we drafted good.
Yeah,
we don't know how to draft picks.
You said you drafted good.
I said we feel
down the football.
We feel every team feel like drafted good, Drew.
Well, now I would say this, Lloyd and Drew, and then Drew, you can chime in after. To Lloyd's point, going into the draft, they wanted Caleb Downs. We got Caleb Downs. I keep saying it, and I don't know if you're not if like people aren't listening or they don't want to listen. We could. Drafting and doing good in the draft, just look at all the draft grades. I mean, everybody knows Dallas had a hell of a day, a hell of a 3 days, right? With getting Drew Shelton from Penn State. We're not even talking about some of the lesser guys. Ty Overton out of Alabama, strongest guy in the draft as far as lifting weights, if we're going to go about all the stupid stuff. But he's a man. He's a beast. Another guy on the defensive line. We're not saying LT Overton is going to be a Pro Bowler. What we're saying is they had a phenomenal draft. But to Drew's point, they haven't done nothing. Right. Now, on paper, we did good. Christian Parker, we don't know how he's going to do, Drew. You are 100% correct. You are. But he earmarked a couple players. We keep going back to those players, not that we don't like the rest of the players. He earmarked Malachi Lawrence. That's who he wanted, Drew. So if Malachi Lawrence is a huge success, then we could thank Christian Parker. If Jayshon Barn was the other guy, he got 3 guys that he loved, and he got them. So now it's not like they're saying that about Drew Shelton. They're not saying that about LT Overton. They're not saying that about everybody else, that they loved it. No, they took in who they wanted at the time. But those 3 guys, they're ecstatic in getting. That's all. And it's going to be on Christian Parker. It's unprecedented how much control they gave this guy. It really is. Go ahead, Drew.
No, listen. All I'm saying is, if my aunt had balls, she'd be my uncle, right? So, we don't know, because the perspective that we have as Eagles fans, we've been where you guys have been. We've been there, right?
So we have
gone
been there
through
too.
the process, right? But I'm speaking about recently. We've gone through the recent success, of hiring coordinators, bringing in good players, and having excellent drafts. I mean, the last 5 or 6 drafts we've had, home runs the first 3 rounds. Home runs, right? Now, I can't sit here and say, because we got Lemon, he's going to be better than AJ. Oh, because we got Stowers, he's going to be better than Goddard. I can't say that. Could it be? Of course he could.
Nobody ever.
So nobody knows. So what I'm saying is, let's keep things in perspective.
If nobody knows,
and when I let's
turn
keep
around
it in
and-
perspective.
Nobody said that, Drew.
Go ahead, Marcus, and then Lloyd.
nobody knows how this Drew can definitively say we can't move this defense up to a top 10 to 15.
What's up, Tavares?
Nobody knows. You just said it. Nobody knows. So I'm just calculating.
Well, listen, Tavares Worley in the chat. This is what these Zoom calls get, and I like it. I just don't want, again, we don't have to agree. We need to somehow work our way through the going from 0 to 120 and calling people names and like talking. I think that's where it goes sideways. I don't mind. I told Drew this personally. I like him pushing back. I think where the disconnect is, Lloyd, is just because you had a great weekend of drafting and it was a quote unquote success, that's totally separate from playing NFL football. But
Right.
you know, Lloyd, as well as I do, what's the first, and I hate this part of it, this takes it to another level, okay? This takes it, what's the first thing they do after the draft, Lloyd? ESPN and all the crap. They do what? They grade everybody's draft, right? Isn't that some
Right.
bullshit? Sorry, everybody, that's some real bullshit. That's to give somebody an F because they had 3 draft. Like last year, the Commanders got like a D or something because they didn't have any draft picks. Well, surprise, surprise, you weren't going to have a good draft. So I think all we're saying is, Drew, is we aced the draft on paper, right?
You don't know that. Yeah, you don't know.
No, but on paper we did because they got who they wanted. We know that they didn't get who they wanted with Taco Charlton. We all knew that the choice was T.J. Watt.
T.J. Watt.
I was at the draft, Lloyd, when they took Mozzie Smith. We were stunned. Now, we knew that was an effed up pick, and we were trying to make it work, right? But literally, we knew as soon as they put pads on. This is a different situation because they got the guys that they wanted and that we're happy with. Now, some of the Cowboy fans aren't happy with Malachi Lawrence. They would rather have a more named guy, the media scouts, rather than the actual NFL scouts to say, this dude, and I've showed many clips of ex-Eagle Chris Long, who said before the draft, before we even picked him, that his best player, and he comes from a long line of pedigree by looking at tape, was Malachi Lawrence. So I know, Loyal, you didn't care for the pick. I know Wade didn't care for the pick. I like the pick, but until they play, Drew, you can win the draft on paper or have a great. It don't mean nothing. That's all we're saying.
Right.
We're not.
No, I
We're
hear
not
what you're
saying they're
saying.
going to Canton. They're not going to Pro Bowl. We like what they did, Lloyd.
Right. But I just think that when you like make fun of the Giants drafting a lineman or drafting Arvell Reese.
I did say he was one of my blue chip guys, though.
I'm just saying because
I'm perfectly happy with them picks.
The Giants picked up a tackle. To me, and if we know football, a defensive tackle is more of a franchise piece than a safety is. If you're starting,
he's not a defensive tackle.
No, I'm talking about the tackle.
Linebacker.
The tackle that they drafted.
Yeah,
Malangoa. The lineman.
Yeah.
The
lineman that
he
they
was one of my
drafted.
He was one of my 3 blue chip guys. So yes, I don't have a
so
problem.
what I'm saying is, if you're starting your franchise, hold on, wait, let me just say this: if you're starting your franchise, and you say, okay, you can have a franchise tackle or a franchise safety, I'm taking the tackles, right, over the safety any day. So we can't sit here and make fun of the Giants because they took a tackle. I'm just saying, but you do play the tape where they lay like we took. Why did we get down?
Well,
why did we get down?
Well,
right?
I'll tell you why. Because that's the guy who Dallas needed and wanted. We didn't need Malangoa, who's probably going to be a guard. He has a lower back injury and is a high risk. And we were only making fun of it because we got the guy we wanted. We're not I said before the draft he was one of my 3. I only had 3 blue chip you can't miss guys, and Malangoa was one of them. I didn't know he had the injury. Downs, Malangoa, and who's the other one? Somebody help me. I can't think of it. But there was only 3 that were absolute can't miss. Arvell Reese is not in that category. So let me just tell everybody, he is a high-risk player. It just reminds everybody of a Kayvon Thibodeau and Evan Neal. That's all I'm saying. That's where I'm not saying you can't reshoot your bullet, but that's the Giants, and a lot of people's boards, Caleb Downs was higher than Malangoa. Malangoa may not even have been the best lineman, but they got who they got. It's over. It don't really matter. Hallie Pierce, game's on, going to Mark's channel. Okay, yeah, I'm going to be ending this soon anyway. Thank you.
I want to piggyback on that, Brian. And good afternoon, guys. Arvell Reese, we did not expect to get him. He fell in our lap.
I agree.
And that's my question. We're going to take
still
him.
Here, you're up next.
And Malangoa, Drew, going to your point, Drew, he had a position that he's good at. If we need a right guard. Because what happened last year with Dart? Getting hit. We needed that. Yeah. Now we got stabilized blue, aluminum on one side with 2 guys on one side.
All we're saying is it reminded us. Dallas needed Downs more than Malangoa, and I had Malangoa as a great player. I didn't know anything about the lower back injury. I think it's a fine pick. This is just having fun when I see, this. I think it's a deal where both teams got what they needed. Now, to Drew's point, Lloyd, you normally don't take safeties. It's that whole positional value thing, right?
Need to sell your house fast? Maybe you've inherited a house that you don't.
Sorry. There you go. Go ahead, Lloyd. Sorry, Loyal's looking at houses. But yeah, go ahead, Lloyd. I think positional value is what it is.
I mean, I agree with you. Safety is never high on anybody's board. But coming out of college, Caleb Downs.
But I'll play that as we go out.
Talent, he's considered a generational talent. So it is kind of hard to pat. We wanted him. We felt we needed him. So we got the guy who we wanted. But we didn't, like Anytime was saying, we're not saying that our draft picks are hits. I said that we feel that we drafted good. There's a difference on saying that it was a hit because they haven't touched the field yet. I feel that we drafted good. Everybody feels that we drafted good. Not saying that those are going to pan out. I mean, and to go to the Giants the Giants been drafting offensive linemen in the first round.
So what?
For a while now, and it hasn't panned out for them in the first round. Harbaugh has been there's no knock on you. I'm just speaking in general. Harbaugh has been more of a defensive player. He's been more of a defensive coach than anything when he was with Baltimore. His offense has lacked a lot. it's just been more of his defense that's been
That'll
standing
be
out.
interesting, Lloyd, because I don't think John Harbaugh ever really had. I think the question, and next time I have Big Dash on, I did email him a couple times. He's ghosted me, but Dash, the next time we're on together, that's one thing I want to get into. Is that exactly when I bring on? I am going to get the ex Giants beat writer on the show in beginning of July. Jesse.
Trina?
Yeah,
Trina?
yeah. Patricia's going to join the show. So, my thing is with John Harbaugh, he's never really ran the show, right? He's always had, whether it be Ozzie Newsome or whatever, and Joe Shane. That's it. I think that's the soft spot in the Giants front office, and they re-upped him. So we shall see how that all works out. John Harbaugh has always had Dallas's number. So from that perspective, I said from day one, the Giants' floor has been raised. It has. Their floor has been raised. Absolutely.
But like I said, Brian, this is for everybody. I've been saying this since the start. We have fixed some very good ifs. They're not is yet. So you see them on the field. Well, then you could do it.
I think you've done a lot this offseason. Like when we had Louis T, I think, and I told this to Drew, I think a high tide lifts all boats. I think this whole division's going to be better. To the degree of what? I don't know. Again, our schedule is ridiculous. So for us to sit here and argue over wins and losses now, we all have to put our 2 feet down and before the season and put a number out there, and I will. But I need to see a few things before I'm willing to go double digits.
Right.
Let's just put it that
Well,
way.
I feel like we have enough skin in the game with having probably still one of the most talented teams in the
Bird
NFL.
Saxon, what's up, brother?
Yeah, what's up, Leo? I think we we have skin in the game to where we still have, when you go look at our rosters, like we know literally who our starting lineup is going to be on offensive defense. We know. You guys don't. I'm not trolling, right? Because you guys are still trying to figure it out.
When somebody says they're not trolling, that means they're trolling.
No, I'm serious.
Am I wrong, Leo? Would you go out of your way to say I'm not trolling?
If you look at our team, you guys probably know who our starting 11 is on offense and defense is, right? If I asked you to name your starting 11 right now,
I could,
on
but
defense,
I could too.
You know what I'm saying? But you could guess it. Right,
no,
so we still have skin in the game as in terms of like
I
the
see
talent,
where he's going here.
coaching. We that's why we're still favored to win the division.
Well,
and that's why we are going to win.
Well, you should be favored to win a division.
I hope you win the division.
I don't think you're going to win a division, but you
I
may.
hope you win the division.
And it's possible. It's obviously possible. I'm not going to say you're crazy. That's not
True.
smart.
You ain't got no quarterback.
What's that, Marcus?
You ain't got no quarterback or wide receiver.
Well, I would
Brown.
say this.
Tree Marcus.
This is what I would say, Lloyd. Let me ask Marcus and Lloyd this. We'll go Marcus, then Lloyd. Marcus, when Drew makes statements like your defense could be worse, right? And let me ask Marcus this. With the loss of A.J. Brown, right, couldn't the Eagles' offense be worse?
Absolutely.
Thanks, Marcus. I'm not saying it will be, but when you make statements like we could be, I'm not expecting. Well, anyway, go ahead. I want to have Marcus answer. I'm tired of talking for today. Marcus, finish the thought, brother.
Yeah, they could be worse without AJ Brown.
I mean, they're projecting a lot, right?
He's a great player. He's an all-pro. So when you lose a guy like that, things can get bad. But at the same time, I'll give the Eagles their respect with the new guy, Lemon, coming in as being a player that can get it done. So I'm not going to rule it out that it won't. See,
that's fair. You're saying you lost a good player, but you drafted a young one that could be really good. So you're giving that. Lloyd, could Eagles' offense be worse than – now, they were first in the league in red zone, yet they made a change at the offensive coordinator. That's why it's going to be interesting to see where it goes with Philly, because how much are they actually going to change? You were first in the league in red zone scoring. albeit you were 23 somewhere in that area overall on offense. Lloyd, can the Eagles' offense get worse with the loss of A.J. Brown?
It can get worse or it can get better. And the reason I say that because A.J. Brown is a big loss. I mean, you got to look at what he did when it came to the offense. Now, could they get those yards by committee? Yeah, damn right they can. Of course they can. I mean, Hollywood Brown, he ain't no slouch, but he ain't no big time receiver. That's why he's been from team to team. Wicks, you really don't know much about him other than what he so-called did. Both of those receivers are not route runners. They're more go routes. That's mainly what they do. They fast. Now the factor on it would be Mekhi Lemon, and because the defenses is going to be going towards Devontae Smith mainly. Could he take up that slack, and can Mekhi Lemon step up and be able to be that X factor along with Dallas Goedert? We know what Dallas Goedert can do. We know what Devontae Smith can do. Now that the defense is going to be geared towards Devontae Smith, how is this offense really going to be without A.J. Brown?
Now, Big Dash has a question. I'll have Drew answer this. Lemon doesn't know. Lemon doesn't play the same position or role as A.J. Who's the downfield 50-50 guy now for the Eagles? Is it to be determined?
If I had to say off rip, we have two. Johnny Wilson, who's 6'8", and
Florida State Johnny Wilson.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I'm
a Florida State fan, and yeah, I watch all the games.
I know who he is. He's
I know you know who he is.
He couldn't get on the field last year.
And this is that's not true. He got injured in preseason. That's not true. He had a really good preseason until he got injured.
All right, see, there you go. You got your guy then.
Well, I'm saying if you ask, but see, here's the thing, like, because I can counter and ask you, who's your number one corner?
You don't have to counter. He's asking you a question.
Who's going to stop? I can ask, who's going to stop Dontavian Wick? Who's going to stop Johnny Wilson? Who's your number one corner?
Linda Conyers with Super Chat. How do you just say a person dropping balls on purpose and doesn't want to be here is a loss? Listen to yourself. Well, Linda, he draws a double team, Linda. Just in how you...
That he does.
Just in how you schematically scheme up and like when you're playing the Eagles, you have to worry about three things. First and foremost, you got to stop Saquon Barkley. You got to do not let A.J. Brown get loose and somehow keep Jalen Hurts in the pocket and don't let him have those broken plays. You just took one of those off. So it'll be interesting. Again, we're not saying you can't do it. It's just these are questions that come up, Linda and Drew, that as an outside looking in, we're all excited that AJ is not on the outside. That's all. And you ask a question, it's going to be, to be determined on who. We have people, but we don't know right now who's going to be our starters. Out there. But I think that's more of a team thing, more of a pressure thing. But we'll see. I don't have an answer for you who's going to line up against what do you have, 300 and some yards last year?
That's a problem. Yeah, that's a problem.
I know, but 300 and some yards isn't a problem. I think we could find somebody. We have many guys who can guard that. A.J. Brown, that would have been tough. Now, we'll see with Mekhi Lemon. He's a slot receiver. He's
not a slot receiver. Yeah,
okay.
He's not a slot receiver.
Well, he's played slot.
He's not a slot.
Well, he
plays slot, but he's not a slot receiver.
Well,
he can play the X. He can play the X. He can play the slot.
Well, then you're going to project him to play outside. That's not something he's done in college. Okay, that's fine.
That's not true. But he in Sean Mannion's system,
we will see.
He played more slot than he did outside at wide receiver.
Right.
And most scouts have him as a slot only guy. I like him.
In Sean Mannion's system, you don't know who's going to.
Hamid CeeDee Lamb lined up 65% of the time on the outside. Go back in the cave. I repeat, Hamid. CeeDee Lamb lined up on the outside 65% of the time last year and had a phenomenal year.
Last year, but most of his career he's been a slot receiver.
Again, no, it's not true.
Drew, isn't Lemon short? Hey, Drew, isn't Lemon shorter than Malachi? That means to be a harder target for Taylor?
No, he's 5'11".
Big Dash says he is absolutely a slot receiver that can play outside. That's basically what we're saying. He's projecting that he's going to play the outside. To Big Dash's question, let's go back to that. The 50-50 ball thing, it's going to have to be a Johnny Wilson or Wicks. It's going to have to be a big guy like that. That's you would think.
But in the West Coast, that's not. In the West Coast offense, it's about matchups.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see how that all turns out.
Where I think the biggest matchup is going to be for defenses to try to stop the Eagles. Like, listen, Schmitty's going to get his, but I think Dallas Goedert and Eli Stowers are the ones who's going to hurt defenses in the middle. I think the Lemon will hurt defenses in the middle and Hollywood Brown. So if you bring up the safety,
there's something to be said about a new OC who was a former quarterback. Yes, I agree. I think the Eagles have an advantage.
Just was in the league 3 years ago.
I think the Eagles have an advantage early on about the unknown. Until it becomes a known. I think that's a deal. Linda says, why would you compare Lemon and AJ? Yeah, again, Linda, all we're saying is I understand they're different. But Drew's saying he's going to play on the outside, so not really.
I'm saying he's going to play everywhere. He's just not going to be
the outside is what we're saying. Slot. The X is in a slot. I mean, CeeDee Lamb was forced into the slot with because
he couldn't break free.
No. Again, here's the deal. When all you had was before George Pickens and after we let Amari Cooper go, they were double teaming and putting help over the top. It's hard for anybody. Yeah, he's not great like that, if that's what you're saying. And that's fine. They had to put him in motion. Remember, under McCarthy, he was anti-motion. Do you guys remember that? He was kind of stuck. So, again, he had well over 1,000 yards last year, playing 65% of the snaps outside.
He's a great receiver.
Again,
I'm not saying he's not great.
This is what annoys some Cowboy fans. It's like we're talking about an Eagle. I brought up a question about an Eagle. Could their offense be worse? And yet somehow we got a caveman Hamid who's ill-informed and comes in here saying CD's a slot receiver. Yes, he cooks in the slot because here's the difference. CD runs all the routes, so he could play wherever the F you want him to play. That's the beauty of CD Lamb. Is he perfect? No, he's not. And he dropped way too many balls. Right, Lloyd, right? He dropped way too many balls.
Yeah. And Lemon is going to be like our CD Lamb.
Well, then,
so he's just not going to be relegated to the slot.
That's good. I think that's important to do, to be honest with you. Everybody wants to troll, not you, but everybody wants to troll and say, well, slot only. That's good on the offensive coordinator. People don't give defenses enough credit in how they scheme up. You can pretty much take anybody you want out of the game if you want. But that's what makes, right, Lloyd, having a George Pickens and having multiple guys out there that you were like, oh, shit. And then when you add a running game, and I think it all gets back, before we get out of here, it all gets back to the running game, don't it? If the Eagles are going to run the football, I think they're going to be deadly.
That's what I fear most, game time. I've told them that if they can get back to their run game and Jalen Hurts in the play action, it can be deadly. I've admitted to saying that.
Says Giants need to play neighbors like CD. Yeah, I think that's smart.
Facts, McDash.
That's facts, Lord. If the O-line is on point, the Eagles will win the Super Bowl again.
Bobby Schmurder, what's up, brother? But anyway, I want to get out of here. I appreciate the spirited conversation. Big Dash, I'm going to email you again. I'd like to collaborate again. Like I said, I'm going to have Patricia Traina on like the week of July 13th. I know me and Pizzler are going to interview her, so stay tuned for that. I'm trying to do a series on each team in the division, but get somebody who's actually like either covered the team or not just us arguing over it, so it would be nice. Real quick, the Bird section, we just need to a competent with play with A.J. Brown replacement. Yeah, Bird section, Leo. I'm not saying it can't happen, but when Drew says Dallas could be worse, well, so could you. It's all out there. It'll be interesting. I do say this, and I'll end on this. Dallas and Christian Parker have nothing but it's nothing. I think it's a perfect situation. I think Mannion, it's also a perfect situation. I think Mannion would probably like to have A.J. Brown. I would think he would rather have A.J. than not have A.J.
I don't think so.
I would
I don't
think
think so.
Well,
After
I'm
him-
talking about AJ
This has
invested.
been going on for 2 years now, man. This
I mean,
stuff is going on for
invested
2 years now.
AJ is really good. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but he hasn't been invested in 2 years. Man.
Yeah, I can't disagree with you. I can't. So, but all right, everybody, I'm gonna get out of here. I'll talk to everybody tomorrow. Again,
Go Birds.
Go Birds.
Amen.
All right. Go Cowboys. Later.
So what? Dak threw an interception to CeeDee Lamb with 3 guys on him. Dak isn't to blame. Jerry is to blame for never giving Dak a chance. Dak is a first ballot Hall of Famer, some say. Mark, I'm tired of this bullshit. There is no more excuse for Dak.
The mailman always delivers.